Okay, so welcome to episode 2 of Setup Tips. Congratulations to the winner of last week's Setup Tips. If you're the winner with this comment, please leave a comment under this video and I will give you instructions on how to get your package shipped out to you. Without further ado, roll the intro. So, in today's episode of Setup Tips, I want to talk about audio, specifically microphones, and using the right microphone for the right application in your workflow. For example, right now, I am doing a TalkingNet video sitting in a corner of my studio, and you would not see me using a microphone like this for something like that. A microphone like this is something that I would expect that I would use in church, or that'll be used by a DJ or in a karaoke bar or something. This is not going to be the microphone that I'll be using for a setup like this. You're also not going to see me using a microphone like this. This is a Comica shotgun microphone for people who like to vlog. So if you like to make a lot of videos outside while you're vlogging and stuff, this would be a perfect microphone for you. But this is not going to be the microphone that I would use in a setup like this. Now, ideally, I could actually use this microphone. I could have it mounted up on a boom arm or like a C stand, I think that's what they're called. And I have a cable extender run this into my microphone and that could work. But the thing is, the audio quality that I'll be getting out of this is not going to be as good as my current setup right now. Which brings me to my current setup at the moment. I am currently using a unit of the Samson CO2. It comes in a pair of two. So I basically currently have one right now that is recording me and I have one in my hand. The idea behind this is this pencil condenser microphone, even though it says it's a cardioid microphone, it's closer to a super cardioid, so I can have it out of frame and basically have it, focusing in on my voice even though it's a little distance away, and the audio still sounds fantastic. Now, another thing that you should note is you can actually have this microphone mounted on a C-stand from the top and whatnot. But I personally prefer to mount my microphone like this because it keeps a lot of the low end in my voice and it keeps my audio sounding crisp just the way that I like it. Now, there's a bunch of other microphone types that you can actually use in situations like this. For example, you see a lot of people doing TalkingNet videos with stuff like the microphone that's off to my right. That is my voiceover microphone. That I believe is the MXL V900. That's a performance microphone. It's a stage or voice over condenser microphone that you're supposed to use for things like voiceovers when you're doing videos that don't actually require your face, or when you're trying to record a song. That's the microphone that I would pull out. You would not see me use a microphone like this, for example, for something like that, because that's not what it was made for. And trying to do voiceovers with a microphone like this, honestly, is going to give you terrible results. You're going to get a lot of plosives, it's not going to handle your breath very well, and the general experience recording voiceover with this is just going to be bad. But if I wanted to make a video like this would be the perfect microphone. So you see, using the right microphone for the right application is very important in things like this. Another type of microphone to think about is something like this microphone. This is the Tronmax M Dual Zone. It's a super cardioid condenser microphone, or it claims to be a cardioid condenser microphone, but it's really closer to super cardioid. And this microphone would be excellent for voiceovers, TalkingNet videos, and gamers, right? So if you're a gamer and you just wanted a microphone to hook up to like your, audio interface or your field recorder or something for Twitch and stuff, this would be a perfect microphone to use. And by the way, this is going to be the microphone that we're going to be giving away today. So if you're actually interested in winning this microphone, just leave a comment under this video telling me why you want this microphone and what you'll be using it for if you actually want it. The only thing that I ask is if you don't actually need this microphone, if you're not somebody who actually maybe has a sound recorder or intends to buy one and has actual use for this microphone, you're not planning to do anything with it. You're not going to make podcasts, make YouTube videos, do voiceovers, nothing. You just want to win it so that you can resell it or give it to somebody else. I would say please stay out of the giveaway and let somebody who actually needs it win it, please. Thank you very much. Moving on from that, there are other types of microphones to consider. Something like the Quadcast S, which is actually I think this is just a regular Quadcast. But anyways, my point is, this is actually a really nice microphone to use. I mean, this microphone has 4 polar patterns. It can give you stereo. So if you want to do like some sound design for like a short film that you shot, this would be an excellent microphone to use. Excellent for gaming, excellent for voiceovers. The microphone also has like a mute button that's attached to the LEDs on the microphone, which actually, gives you an indication when your microphone is muted. So if you're somebody like a gamer or something, this would be an excellent microphone for you with the single tap mute button. that's an excellent microphone for gamers. I would not expect the gamer to be using a microphone like this, or a microphone like this, or God forbid, a tom microphone like this, or even worse, maybe a microphone like this. You know, it's just not what you need, and it's simply not going to do the job that you need. I mean, in many cases, there are microphones that can do many multiple things. There are many microphones that, you know, you can use for many different applications. As you can see, Boy is passing me the Fifine K690 right now. This for me is probably the ultimate budget microphone, right? This microphone can work on every single application. If I was doing a talking head video like this and I put the Fifine K690 in front of me, I just put it out of frame a little bit and I switch it to the omnidirectional pickup pattern, you wouldn't really know that I was using this. I can also use this microphone for gaming, for podcasts, for voiceovers, and it would still do the job in a fantastic way. It also let me monitor with no latency, which is fantastic. And there's going to be a few microphones that you're going to come across that are going to do stuff like this. Now, not every microphone can do everything, like I said before, so you have to choose the microphone that you use right. Another thing to note is if you actually buy a microphone that requires 48 volts of phantom power, you're going to need some sort of audio interface or sound recorder or field recorder that can provide you 48 volts of phantom power, like I have here. This is the Zoom H5, it's excellent, and this is the Tascam DR40, which is not so excellent, but it also works. So if you're on a tight budget, this also works for something like that. It's going to give you 2 XLR ports, and it's going to give you phantom power that you can use to power your microphones that actually require phantom power. One ridiculous thing that a lot of people don't know, a skill that I found very recently, is that you can buy a microphone like this. If you don't like the quality of the microphones that come with something like the Zoom H5, you can buy a microphone like this and just insert it to the bottom here. And you can actually mount this onto a tripod or something and just point it to your mouth, and there you have a shotgun microphone for your videos that actually gives you 48 volts of phantom power into your Samsung microphone, but also actually gives you the quality of audio that you're hearing from me right now. So the final types of microphones that I want to talk about today is going to have to be lavalier microphones. Now, a video like this, I could decide to completely get rid of my audio setup because it's too cumbersome and it requires too many moving parts, and use a lavalier microphone, something like this here. This is the K-Calap microphone. So this microphone basically lets you, mic up 2 people. So it would be excellent for interviews, for example, a situation where you cannot use like your C stands to mic up people. Maybe you're shooting wide and the microphone is going to get in the way. You can use lav mics to mic up your talent or the people that you're interviewing. And there are different types of these microphones, right? There are the ones that just have 1 receiver and 1 transmitter, and there are types that have 2 transmitters and 1 receiver, like this one. There's also the types that are going to have the battery option like the K-Calap one, and there's also going to be ones like this, right? This one is basically one that uses a battery and it has only 1 receiver and 1 transmitter, and you can very easily get something like this for around $100 on Amazon. This one is from Pixel, I believe. I've had different versions of this over the years, and this is another one that I've actually enjoyed really using. In fact, this is my daily driver lav microphone, also from Pixel. I recommended this microphone a lot. In fact, I think it's the most successful microphone video on my channel. This is the Pixel Mac 20, and this one is actually the best bargain for your buck, in my opinion, when it comes to lav mics, because it does almost everything. The only disadvantage with this is you only get 1 receiver and 1 transmitter. But there's a version of this that actually comes with 2 transmitters and 1 receiver, so you can actually mic up 2 people at once. Now, if you damage your transmitter for whatever reason, you're not going to be able to replace it, because I think they come married to some sort of frequency thing, so I'm not sure how that works. But this is a great microphone and I've actually enjoyed using it all these years. Now, the point I'm trying to make is, if I was outside, for example, and I was shooting a talking head video where I had to be walking around, right? Maybe I was vlogging, I would use a microphone like this because I'll be holding the camera to be close, and this would give me the best audio quality. But if I wasn't close, somebody else was holding the camera far off, I was on top of a building and somebody was shooting from downstairs or something, I would use something like a wireless lavalier microphone. It's excellent for stuff like that. But you're not going to see me using something like this and holding it for a situation like that. Now, of course, I understand that when you're just starting out, you don't have a lot of budget to buy all these microphones like I have listed and put down here, like I do, but you probably want to consider what you're going to be doing the most, what kinds of videos that you're going to be producing the most, and try to tailor your budget to buy the kind of microphone for that particular use case. So for example, if I knew I was going to be recording outside a lot, a field recorder would be excellent, and a lav mic to go with that would be fantastic. I can even pair my wireless lavalier microphone to something like a field recorder on the field, and I'll be perfectly fine. If I knew I was going to be doing a lot of voiceovers, you're not going to be seeing my face, I could just invest my money in something like that, or like a Quadcast or a Fifine, or maybe even the Tron Max M Dual Zone if I already have a field recorder or I have an audio interface that I'm using, and that would be fantastic. But if I was on a tighter budget and I had like only $100 to spend, I'll probably spend my money on something like, I don't know, a USB microphone that's going to give me all those benefits and still help me save some money. The idea is use the right microphone for the right application so that you don't frustrate yourself. Not all microphones can do everything. While some microphones can do a lot of different things, they might not be built for it, but you might get away with using them. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, if you would like to enter the giveaway for this week, please just leave a comment telling me why you want the microphone and what you intend to use it for. And we'll basically pick a winner sometime next week on episode 3 of Setup Tips. See you.
A God of gods.